So yesterday we have learned how to declare a list of the elements and how to pass data from controller to view using the view data, view bag, temp data. Okay. So we know the for loop, for each loop, how to use. Today we learn some other examples. Mm. So we have to know the if condition, while loop, do while loop, break and continue statements. Mm. And then a switch statement. So how to use these statements in a MVC. So same how we are used in a C sharp writer. Same syntax. There is a no change except we have to use a at the rate symbol before of the for loop or for each loop, while or do while loop. Okay. Nothing else. There is a no difference. Okay. So we'll see the how to use a while loop. I'm removing this for loop for each loop. Yesterday we have created this list, right? So I'm just removing this and this temp data. This also I'm removing. So it is clear to understand. Now we have only one list of the elements. Now I want to print these elements using while loop. Using while loop. So we have to use the razor syntax. So I'm using int count equal to 0. I'm initializing the index position. Okay. And then I have to use at the rate while. Okay. In this while I have to iterate this list of the elements. So before iterating that, we have to check the condition, right? So this is my counter. Copy this count less than. So we have a list data counter. We have a property. Okay. Or you can use a counter anything. If it is a meaning both are same, you can use a counter. Copy this one, paste here. Any name you can use a counter or a index, anything we have to declare here. And then I need to print this list of the elements. So I'm using the li tag. So at the rate. Okay. At the rate list, because we are using this list, right? We have to use the at the rate symbol. And then I have to print based on that element this index position. So copy this counter, and every iteration we have to increase this index. Okay. So I have to use the plus plus. This is the syntax we have to use the while loop. So C sharp, how we are declared the same syntax, except here we are using the at the rate symbol. This is called a razor syntax. Okay. And I am running this solution here. Now see, using the while loop, I'm able to print. So if you want to add a bootstrap class, add the bootstrap class text primary. I'm adding the text primary. And then save, reload this. Now this color is applied here. So we know the how to use a while loop. Now what I want to print same these elements using do while. Okay. So how to use h1 using do while. So how to use a do while? So we know the syntax. Okay, how to use. Now copy this one and paste here. And I'm initializing the counter. Already I have initialized. So I'm initializing here index. So rename this one. Okay, copy this index, and we have to use the do, right? So after that we have to use the while. So at the rate do. Okay. So here I need to first print this list of the elements. So copy this one. Or we have to complete copy this one. Li tag. Control X. Control V. And then we have to use the index because we are using the index. Copy this one. Paste here. So after that we have to use the while. So I'm removing this condition. I'm going to add here control X. V. So remove this while. Okay. So we have to use the index instead of the counter. From here, remove this space. It is a open filter. Save this one, and then reload this application. Now, so I'm able to print the using while loop and using do while loop. Okay, now we have know the how to use a while loop, do while loop. Now what I want to use a break and continue. So we know how to use a for loop. For example, I want to print how to we have a 5 elements, right? So I don't want to print all these 5 elements. So I want to print only 2 elements or 3 elements. The rest of the values I don't want to print. So in that scenario, we have to terminate the loop. So but how to identify we are in a position index position 1 or 2 or 3? So we have to check that condition. To check we have to use the if condition. Okay, so what I want to use this one for loop. So using for loop. So yesterday we know how to use a for loop or a for each loop. Okay, so it is the rate for then take this list. And then instead of length property. Now what I want to print this list of the elements. Add here UL. Inside UL we have to use the this for loop. So don't worry about all this syntax. Once you practice 2-3 times, then we will familiar. First time it is a little bit confusing. Okay, but 1, 2, 3 sessions is completed, then you can understand the code easily. So first also we are confused with C sharp, right? Same here also. Don't worry about on this one. Okay. So that is why I'm explaining very slowly. All basics only I'm explaining to you. Once 3-4 classes completed, then we'll dig into the subject. Okay. Now what I want to print this list of the elements. Add li class text primary. So I want to print this list, right? So at the rate list of I. So I want to print based on index position. Now what I want if this index position is 2, I don't want to print after that. So we have to write a if condition. So at the rate if So every condition we have to use a at the rate symbol. Okay, don't forget that. We have to use a at the rate. If this I greater than 2, okay, then after that I want to terminate this one. Okay, so here what I want to use the break statement. Break. This I should here. So I want to check this condition. Okay. Now this is a for loop, right? Save this one. Reload a application. Now, if you see here, I'm able to print a 1, 2, 3, 4, not printed the 5 elements. And what I want to change up to if it is a true. Okay. So I don't want to print a message. So index position is starting from 0, that is by 0, 1 or 2. Okay. So 2 means it is not 1, 2. So index position starting from 0. We have to consider like that. Now I'm able to skip this one by using the break statement. Okay, I know how to use if condition, but it is inside a for loop. So I want to check a if condition outside of. So without a relation between for loop or a while loop inside, I don't want to use the if condition. I want to use a separate if condition. Then how to use those kind of scenarios. Okay. So what I want to if condition h1 so h1 if condition. Okay. Here I want to write so at the rate is that what I want to check some value. So date and dot now dot here. Okay. So date and dot now dot here equal to 2023. If this year 2023, then I want to print some element. This is 2023. Here I want to print. So I'm going to add a text primary. So if you observe here, I used the iterate symbol, but here I not used iterate symbol. Why? Because on the top of that I have already used the iterate symbol. That is why we are not using. But if you observe here, it is not inside of the for loop or inside of the for each loop. So we have to use the iterate symbol if condition. Now save this one. Reload this application. Now see. This is a year 2023. It is a printer because here is a 23 check this one. Now I want to check a condition and the else condition. H1 if and the else condition. Okay. Copy this one. Paste here. So we have to write a else condition. So if it is here, I'm using the 24. Okay. If it is not 24, then I want to print a here is not a 24. Here is a folder 24. This is not a 24. So save this one and the reload application. Now say if condition else condition. This is not a 24. Now we know how to use if condition and we know how to use a if and else condition. Now what I want to use a switch statement. So we know the C sharp, how to use a switch statement. Same syntax, there is no change except at the rate symbol. So add H1 switch statement. Okay. At the rate switch. Now what I want to add this wait and dot now dot day of a week. Okay. Now I want to write some conditions here. Come here. So if you observe here, the day of the week, if you are using the one, so in case statement we have to use the to check one or two. If you are using the text, so we have to check that text here in a case statement that we already used in a C sharp. Okay. So if this day of week, okay, Sunday or Monday or a Saturday. So what I want check. So I want to start this condition from a Sunday. Okay, Saturday and then Sunday. Okay. So what I want to remove this break statement. I want to check the Saturday or Sunday in a ATA statement ATA time. So I don't want to use a break statement. Now, okay, if it is Monday, then what you want? I want to print a something element. So here, what I want to write span today is Monday. Add a class text primary. Today is Monday and this is a working day. Monday and working day. Okay, we want to add this same text in the rest of this format. Tuesday, Friday, and then if it is a Sunday or a Saturday, so today is a Saturday or Sunday. Enjoy the holiday. So I want the data this text danger. So here I have to write a Friday instead of Friday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday. Okay. Now save this one. Reload this application. So from here. So if you observe here, this is a Wednesday and a working day. So like that, we have to use the statements, switch statement. Now we know all the basic statements, how to use if condition, while loop, do while loop, for each loop, if condition, if else conditions. Okay. So these all are a basic statement whenever we require. So same syntax we have to use in our application also. Now we know the basics as of now. So what I want next, I want to create one model. So as of now, we not create any model, right? So how to create a model? Model is nothing but a class. So we have employee class, we have student class in C sharp, right? So that class is nothing but a model here. Now, if you observe here, I have a model folder. Right click on this model, click on add, click on a class. Okay. So I'm giving my class name is a student. Student is a my class. Okay. I have a class name. Inside this student, I want to add some properties. Public int student ID. Public string student name. Public string. Public string. Okay. So here I want a student ID, student name, student integer age, and then string student city, student date of birth, then student address. So these are the fields I have in a student class. Now what I want to pass this student object data to this view. So yesterday we have discussed the how to pass data from controller to view by using the view data, temp data, view bag. Okay. So same view data, view bag, temp data I want to use, but I want to pass this model object. I want to use this model object. Now from here in a student controller, so I'm removing this folder. Yesterday we have discussed on this one. So I'm removing this one, then it is clear to you. Okay. So I'm removing these two actions also. Now we have a action, single action in a student controller. Now what I want to create a object to the student class. So I have a student. I'm creating the object. So this student dot ID equal to 1. Student dot name equal to student name. Okay. Then student dot student age. It is an integer. Student dot date of birth. Okay. So I'm using the date of birth 19, and then any number we have to give it, and then student dot city equal to city name. Student dot address equal to my address. So I have a one student object. Now I want to pass this student data to this view with the help of view data, view back, temp data, and this student object. So how many ways we can pass from controller to view? So at the first day I told you we can pass data from a controller to view using the view data, view back to temp data, and a model. Model is nothing but this class object. This class object is called a model. Okay. In MVC we have a call this one a model. In C# we can call a class. Now view back dot student equal to student object I have assigned. Now I want to print this student ID name, all these properties in my view. Okay. So from here in my index data HTML page, H1 student details, add class text primary. Okay. Now I want to print this student. So create one table. Inside table we have a header. Inside header I'm going to th. So student ID and then student. So we have to write one tr. So inside tr add this text. Th means header. Okay. And then student name. So remove this student name and then page. Date of birth. City. Office. Okay, I want to print all these elements. So this is a T head and a T body. Okay. In this T body, I have a TR. So in this TR, I have a TD. In this TD, first what we are going to use in student ID. So at the rate u bag dot student dot ID. So I'm not getting any intelligence here. Okay? If you observe, I am not getting intelligence. Now TD at the rate u bag dot student dot name and then TD at the rate u bag dot student dot age TD at the rate u bag dot student dot data birth. Okay, and then TD at the rate u bag dot student dot super TD at the rate u bag dot student dot address. Store student details using u bag. So this one I stop this up. Scroll down. Now if you see here student ID, student name, age, everything is printed. But if you observe here, looks and feel it is not a good. It is a plain HTML. Okay, so it is not looking good. Now from here, I'm changing instead of H, I'm using the H3 tag because text is very high. So this is a table. I want to use a booster class. Class table. Okay, table border and then table denser. So from here, reload this one. Now see, now it is a look and feel good. So like this, we have to use a booster classes in a real time also. Now we are used this one using the u bag. So give some space between above this conditions. I'm using the BR tag. Now reload this one. Okay, now we have some space. So this data I'm able to print using the view bag. So I want to pass same data with the help of view data. Okay, come here. So in controller, add a view data. Okay, view data. So in double quotes, view the student and then assign a student object. Stop debug because we are changing the code controller. It won't compile sometimes. Okay, and then from here index.html page, close these tabs. Save this one. So copy this one. Okay. Using the break paste here. So what I want using view based and the view back. Now what I want to pass, I want to read this data using the view data. So view data of printer. Okay. So here I want to use one more local function. So var student equal to at the rate view data of student as student. So this is the class. We have to give a complete name. Okay. Now from here we have to use the semicolon. Okay. So if we observe the difference in view bag, I did not use the any naming type conversion, but whenever we are using the view data, so we have to use the typecast is required. So when we entered any object, any list of this complex type to the view data, we have to typecast respective data. Okay, like that we need to typecast. So view bag it is not required. Now I'm using this student object. Okay, so remove this. I'm going to remove this one. So I have a student, this is student object. Copy this one, paste here. Student dot, I have a ID, and then student dot, you have a name. Sorry, at the rate, we have to use. So we have student dot name, and then at the rate student dot, we have a age. At the rate student dot date of birth. At the rate student dot city, then address. copy this one and reload up. Okay, I stop this one. So scroll down. Now see, I'm able to print the using view data, using view bag. Okay, so like that I can print this elements. So with the help of this complex type also we have to pass data from controller to view. Okay, now what I want to pass this student object to this view. I don't want to use this. I don't want to use this view data view bag. Okay, so then how to use a object. Okay, so as of now, view data view bag we have covered, and creating the model also we have completed. Now come here. If you see here in the controller, this object I'm assigning the view bag view data. And then if you observe here, return the view is empty. Okay, this is a empty. Now I want to pass this student class object to this view. I don't want to use this student object to assign a view data or a view bag. Then how to pass this student object to this view? So just add this student object in a view. Okay, save this one, and then index page. So at the top we have to use a at the rate model. At the rate model. So remember, at the rate model is a small letter, not a capital letter. Okay, at the rate model, and then we have to use the namespace of this class. So copy this namespace, complete a namespace, paste here, and then press a dot. Now we have a class, a student class. Now I'm able to add this student class. Now what I want to print a same this student object details here. So I want to copy this again, copy and add one break, br break, paste here. So I'm removing this code. This I don't want to use this student view data view back. I want to use my model object here. Now here I want to use a model at the rate capital letter. Model is a model dot. Now see if I press at the rate model dot, automatically it is displaying the name of city address age. All these are fields. Where are these coming from? How it is coming from? These all are coming from. We have inherited this namespace, right? At the rate model that namespace data student class. So it is coming from that model class. Okay. Now I want to add a ID at the rate model dot. So we have to use a capital M model dot name at the rate model dot age at the rate model M capital model dot date of birth at the rate model dot city at the rate model dot address. Say this one and using model object. Save and start application again. Scroll down. Now see, I am able to print the same class object using the model object. So like that, we have to pass data from using the class object view data, view bag, and then model object. So if you observe here, I passed only one class object, but I want to pass two class objects. Okay, so two class objects I want to pass. Then how to pass two classes? As of now, I passed only singular class, like a student class. For example, tomorrow I have a requirement. If you observe Amazon or some Flipkart, okay, so single page, they are displaying the multiple products. So if you observe here, it is a single page. In this single page, they are displaying this product, different products. Okay. So these product details they are displaying, and then employee, for example, if I log in, it will display my username and user ID. Okay. And then my address details. And then scroll down. If you observe here left side, you may know they are displaying to filter this data. Okay, I want to filter based on this conditions. If I observe here under the 500 to 1000, so they given some option to filter this data. If I click one, okay, now automatically page is reloading. If you observe or not, if I click again one more checkbox, now again this page is loading and fetching respective data. Okay, based on user conditions. Now, what is this data? How it is coming from? Where it is coming from? So this product coming from product table. Okay, and these rates they are internally joining the tables. Okay, so they are fetching the data different models. And if you observe here, this brands, this all text coming from database. This is a not a static data. So everything it is visible in this screen. They are fetching from the database only. This is checkboxes data they are fetching database, and this category names they are fetching the database. This product names they are fetching the database. These images are fetching from the database. So everything they are fetching the database only. Okay. So those all are different tables and different models. But final they are rendering this text entire this products images and the brands list categories list single page they are displaying. So tomorrow also same requirement I got my project. So what client told me, I want to display the student details in a one grade. Student address, that is a separate. Okay. And then student joined in organization, right? I'm in a school. So I want to display the school information like a school name, school address, and I want to display the school faculty names in my screen. So student name details, and then faculty names and faculty details. School details. I want to display different grades, and this student data in a student table. School data present in a school table, and faculty data present in a faculty table. So how to display all these three tables data in a single page? That is our requirement. Now, if you observe here, I got this data only singular model. Single model is nothing but a single table. Tomorrow I have a requirement. I want to display the different data like school information, faculty information. So how to pass those data? So that is called a view model. So if you want to pass a different class object into single object, so you have to create a view model. So what is view model? View model is nothing but a class. But inside this class, we have to declare a different class of properties. So how to add? So right click on this model, click on add. click on class. So I'm using the school, correct? So school, school is my class name. So here I want to declare a public string name, school name. I want to display public address. I want to display the school address. So these two fields I have. And then I have one more class called faculty. So different faculties available in our organization, right? Like a school. So create one more class. In this class, I'm giving the class name faculty. Spelling, I don't know. Okay, give any name. I'm giving the faculty. Now I want to add a public string name. That means faculty name. Public string and then designation. So designation is nothing but a senior lecturer or junior lecturer. Now I want to display the student details, school details, and then faculty details in a single page. So how to display? Now from here, I want to create a one more class. Click on add class name, view model. I'm giving the view model. So this is my class name. Inside this class, I'm going to add a public student. Student is my class. So student property. So add a student a small letter. Then you can easily identify. I have a public school. So add a school here. Okay. Add a student also. Public faculty. I have a faculty. Now what I want to pass this information. Okay, I want to pass this complete information to my view. Copy this view model. Come to this student controller. Here I want to create a object. View model equal to new view model. So view model dot student equal to already I have created one student object. That object I am assigned here. Now I want to create one more object like a school, right? School equal to new school. So we have a school data name. So what is the school name? Mm, You can give any name. I'm giving the my school. So school name is a my school and to school dot address. I'm giving the address Hyderabad. Something any address we can give, or we can give the Narayana school. Famous, right? Narayana. That is a school name address KPHP. And I want to know the faculty details. So faculty create object to this faculty class. Okay, and then faculty dot name. Faculty name we have to give. So faculty name I'm giving the Shiva. Faculty dot designation. Senior faculty. So I created a school object. I created the faculty object, and then come here. view model dot school is equal to school object, and then view model dot faculty is equal to faculty object. Now previously I passed the student object. Now instead of this student object, I want to pass this view model here. Copy paste here, and then come here in the index.html page. I want to remove this one. Instead of that one, we have to use a view model class. Save this one now and come here below. We have to change. So at the rate model dot, I have a what I have. I want this print student, right? At the rate model dot student dot id. So we have to use syntax like this. Why this model is nothing but a view model. So view model we have a properties, three properties called a student, school, and faculty. So that property is nothing but a one class. So again that class have a properties, right? Student object. So this is nothing but a student object. Now copy this one, paste here. Copy, paste. Okay. So now I want to print a faculty details. Copy this one, break. So instead of a student, I want to print a school name or a school name address, and remove rest of these fields. So here school details, and remove this. Instead of student, we have to use the school data school name, and school data address. Okay, and copy this one. We have to display the using one more break, paste here. So this is a faculty details. So instead of school, we have to use the faculty, faculty name, faculty designation. Save this one and load. So scroll down. Now see, I'm able to print the student details, school details, and I'm able to print the faculty. So these all are coming from different tables like this one. So they are displaying this data, right? Same, I want to display different tables information in a single page. So like that, we have to use a MVC. We can pass data from a controller to view. These many ways we have to pass. So it depends on our requirement. We have to use our code. We need to change. So if you go interview also, they will ask the question how to pass a different model data into single page. So we have to create a, then we have to tell the answer. We have to create a one view model class. Inside that, what are the classes data you want to pass? We have to create properties to that properties inside the view model class, and then we have to pass view model object to this view, and then we can print. So this is important interview question. If you go anywhere, they will ask this question. So I don't want to explain you more today because you will confuse. So we just learn the how to use while loop, do while loop, for loop, if condition, if else, switch statement. Those are the basics. And then we have learned the by using the view data, view bag, and view model. Okay. So to pass data from controller to view. సో అర్థమైందండి? ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి చెప్తాను. ఓకే. డోంట్ hide that one because if you have any doubt, you have to ask, you have to clear that one. Then only you can write a code. డౌట్స్ ఏం లేవా అండి? చెప్పినంత క్లియర్‌గానే ఉందా? హలో! నా వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా అండి?
వినిపిస్తుంది.
Yes, yes.
ఓకే. సో ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈస్ క్లియర్ దెన్ ఐ యామ్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ. ఓకే. సో ఈ రోజుకి క్లాస్ చాలు. అంటే ఇంకా ఎక్కువ ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే కన్‌ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు. సో ఇంకా సబ్జెక్ట్ ఇంకా చాలా ఉంది చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళ్తే. బట్ ఒకే రోజు ఏంటంటే అంతా చెప్తే కన్‌ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు. అందుకని ఎక్కువ చెప్పాలనుకోవట్లేదు. సో మీకు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడానికి కూడా టైం సరిపోదన్నమాట. నేను ఒక 2 అవర్స్ క్లాస్ చెప్పానంటే మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేరు. అంతే ఒక డేకి సరిపోదన్నమాట మీకు. ఎందుకంటే మధ్యలో ఇష్యూస్ వస్తుంటాయి. సాల్వ్ చేసుకోవాలి. కోడ్ చూసి రాయాలి కాబట్టి టైం సరిపోదు. ఓకే. సో ఎనీహౌ మీకు చెప్పిన టయానికే నేను కోర్స్ కంప్లీట్ చేస్తాను. డోంట్ వర్రీ. బట్ దానికంటే ముందల మనకు అర్థం అవ్వాలి. అర్థం కాకుండా నేను క్లాస్ చెప్పినా కూడా అది యూజ్ ఉండదన్నమాట. సో మీకు సింపుల్‌గా అర్థం అవ్వాలి. మీకు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసే టైం ఉండాలి. సో అందుకని నేను స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళ్తున్నాను. ఒకేసారి ఎక్కువ చెప్పట్లేదు.
అన్న ఇప్పుడు ప్రాక్టీస్ అంటే టైం సరిపోతలేదన్న. అంటే ఇంకా ఓల్డ్ చేస్తున్నాం అన్న. ఇప్పుడు డైలీ
అవును.
అంటే అవ్వట్లేదు.
అవును. అందుకే నేను 2 అవర్స్ చెప్పట్లేదు. 2 అవర్స్ చెప్తే మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేరింకా.
అదే మేము ఇంకా కొద్దిగా లాంగే ఉన్నాను నేనైతే కొద్దిగా ప్రాక్టీస్‌కి అయితే. అంటే
ఆ!
కాకపోతే క్లాస్‌లు వింటున్నా. వరుసగా చేసుకుంటూ వస్తున్నా. ఏం కాదా ఇట్లా?
ఏమవ్వదు. కాతే